All right, so moving on, but in related Smash news, there's going to be a GameCube-inspired Wii U controller in the works. I guess manufacturer PDP, which stands for Performance Designed Products, which actually they make these dinky little rock candy like controllers, which I can't stand. But Scott Lowe tells me they can make quality stuff. They're basically making a gamepad. They're calling it the Wired Fight Pad, and it's licensed by Nintendo. And it works with both Wii and Wii U. But apparently, even though it's called the Wired Fight Pad, it plugs into the Wii Remote controller, which I think is not wired, in my opinion. Like, that's just a weird... So I was talking to Scott Lowe about this, and he said, well, maybe that's Nintendo. Maybe that's how Nintendo can be difficult to work with for manufacturers, and maybe they said, well, that's the only way this is going to happen. A lot of people are excited because they want a GameCube controller to play the new Smash Brothers.
Yeah, totally.
However... I don't want to plug it into
I don't think it's Nintendo, because Nintendo used to be really closed off like that. But when they actually put their stamp of approval on something, if it's really officially licensed, look at Logitech. Logitech's remotes will sync with the Wii U.
Yeah,
so
sure, but
I think it's different. I think this is cost cutting because you need a Bluetooth controller,
the counter to that, though, is that do you remember there was a fighting game by Capcom that was only on Wii, and it was called Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah.
And they made a fight. Capcom or Mad Catz made a fight stick for that, and it did the same thing.
Really?
It plugged into a Wii remote.
Why?
So maybe it isn't. I wanted one,
See,
but I didn't
here's
do
the
it.
thing. When you told me this news, I was like, oh, cool. That's not a big deal for me. But then you were like, you don't understand. Professional Smash Brothers players need a wired controller because these guys, they're like old football coaches. They watch tapes. They go frame by frame. Like, if something is off by a split second, it throws off the entire match. Yeah. I don't think like that because I can beat every professional Smash Brothers player in the world.
We're going to start that again? You're going to send threats to @AgentBizzle on Twitter. Continue.
Have you come over and play them?
No, I did that a few weeks ago, and actually a bunch of professional Smash Brothers players came out of the woodwork, and they're like, all right, well, I'll be in the Bay Area soon. I'll come whoop your ass. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm on vacation that year.
Yeah. But back to your point, you're absolutely right that kind of thinking, like whoever PDP thinks this is for, I don't think they're taking into consideration who this is really for. Mm-hmm. Maybe Nintendo's still designing their own. Is it wired or wireless? I don't know. I know that Capcom and Mad Catz have made some pretty decent money making those high-quality fight sticks for, Super Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcoms, the Soul Calibers and Tekkens of the world. I think this could be a product, but this doesn't seem like the right product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I think, Nintendo is taking Smash Brothers more seriously as a competition game, as you've seen, right? They're allowing it at EVO. They will have the whole tournament at E3, and they're inviting some pro players, right? Which means maybe they're hearing the request from those guys too, and they're going to make a wired controller for it. We'll see.
Okay. Sure.
Right. So let's.
I don't need it.
I will not have wires running across my
I'll get beaten either way.
Todd Northcutt says no.
Thanks. It sounds like you're losing the Smash Brothers tournament then.
All right.
These things
I would have won.
It's just it's a meticulously organized living room thing, Otherwise, number one Smash player in the world.